Hello and welcome back to Stop and Go F1 for this breaking news video. I thought I was done for the day. I was chilling out. I was playing a bit of F1 Manager, having a good time. I've had a pint. It doesn't matter because there's breaking news to come out of the Belgian Grand Prix, which has big ramifications for tomorrow. There's actually two bits of breaking news. Firstly, Alexander Albon has been disqualified from qualifying. This is due to a technical irregularity, is what is being called, apparently. A technical non-compliance surrounding the floor of his car. So he has been disqualified totally. He qualified in 8th place, a fantastic qualifying for Alexander Albon. Might possibly be his best qualifying of the year. I'm just going to double check that in the background now. But that is now gone. Alexander Albon will start the race from 20th place, or he might actually start from pit lane, seeing how it's going at the minute. There's no real loss there. What is turning into a awful weekend for the Williams team, and I'm just checking now, that is his best qualifying of the year. He qualified 9th in Monaco and in Silverstone. This was his best one of the year in 8th place. So not only will Logan Sargent be at the back of the grid, because he didn't even take part in qualifying after his crash in FP3, but now Alexander Albon as well at the back of the grid. Sargent, it's still up in the air as to if he will even compete tomorrow. There's now rumours that maybe he won't even be part of the Williams team this time next week when we get to Monza. And now Albon as well. I wouldn't be surprised if he started from the pit lane, but it's either pit lane or back of the grid for Alexander Albon. A bad weekend for Williams just gets worse. And I looked at this and thought, well, at least that's a bit better for Hamilton, because Hamilton had a bad qualifying. But, that's a place he's gained there. No, Lewis Hamilton has been given a 3-place grid penalty for the impeding of Sergio Perez. Now, I watched this, and obviously you could say that he did impede Perez. You could say, I can see why Perez needed to slow down a little bit there. But for me, I didn't think this was going to get a penalty. It's a track where it's hard to get past anyway, especially in that section of the track. It's very narrow. Lewis was as far to the side of the track as he possibly could be. I thought, okay, well, yeah, I can see where Sergio's coming from, but I don't think that that's going to be a penalty. And let me just put this out on the line here. Despite being a British person, I'm not the biggest Lewis Hamilton fan in the world, so it's not coming from a point of view of I need Lewis to do well. I didn't think it was Lewis's fault. If anything, I'm a bigger Red Bull fan than I am Lewis Hamilton. Bigger Red Bull fan in general than Lewis Hamilton. But even I, the world's most unbiased man, thought that won't be a penalty. It is a penalty. So Lewis Hamilton goes from 12th on the grid, which was already not a great starting place. He then will go down to 15th, won't he? Actually, no, he'll be 14th now because of Albon. So there's a few people here who are going to gain from this, I think. So let's just go through what I believe the starting grid will now be. I've tried to work this out the best I can. Obviously, 1 to 7 stay the same. So Lando, Max, Piastri, Russell, Perez, Leclerc, Alonso, that's exactly the same. Now, Stroll is 8th. Gasly, 9th. Fantastic for Gasly, that. That must be his best qualifying of the year. Let me go to the stats. Where is he? Pierre Gasly, 2024. Actually, no, he was 7th in Spain. Wow, okay. So not Pierre Gasly's best qualifying of the year. Carlos Sainz is now inside the top 10. He is 10th. Yuki Tsunoda will be 11th. Then it will be Nico Hülkenberg in 12th. Kevin Magnussen will be 13th. Lewis Hamilton 14th. Ricciardo 15th. Ocon 16th. Bottas 17th. Zhou in 18th. Logan Sargent, despite not competing in qualifying, will now be 19th, and Alexander Albon is 20th place. What's quite interesting there, from a Logan Sargent point of view, is obviously he has not competed in this qualifying at all, but he's still got a better starting place than he did in the Chinese Grand Prix, where he actually competed in qualifying. So, there you go. So there you go. Massive changes here to the grid for tomorrow's race. Let me know what you think down below. Do you think the Lewis one is fair? Yes or no? That's the big one. I mean, the Albon one we can't really argue with because it's a technical thing. We have no idea what's going on there. We're going to have to accept that one. The Lewis one, I feel, is a little bit harsh, and there have been impedings this year that I feel have been more deserving of penalties that haven't got them than this one that has. So, huge changes to what was already a very exciting race tomorrow. As I said, we'll be here to discuss all of it tomorrow on the channel, so make sure you subscribe to that. Until then, I'll see you next time. Have a good one. Goodbye.